Well, Perpetua joins us via Skype to talk about her experience as a young adult Catholic. Perpetua, thanks so much for joining us. Snowed in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay, except, Perpetua, I have to talk to you for a second. So before we started the show, I talked to Perpetua a little bit, Kev, and she said, oh, yeah, no, I remember seeing you when I was a young girl. So she's aging me quickly here. Now, you're a young lady, but still.
I think you're doing a pretty good job of aging yourself, Jay.
Perpetua, this is what I deal with every day, by the way, just so you know. Well, it's always amazing to meet a young adult who hasn't drifted away from her childhood faith, which you haven't. How did your family encourage your Catholic faith?
My mom in particular was really like the spiritual leader of our household. And I think through all of her activity and actions, she made sure that our faith was indispensable to us by making it like a very natural and normal part of our lives. We were always at Mass on Sunday. She made sure that we were active participants in the Mass, whether that was going to the homily Bible study as little kids. As soon as we received our first Holy Communion, we were participating in the Mass as altar servers. I was always in the choir. So my experience with my faith in the church building was that I was there more than once a week, and we always brought church home with us. We prayed together as a family before bed. We prayed before meals. It just became a very natural and normal part of our lives.
Now, you had a great interview on the Plaid Skirts and Basic Black podcast, and you talked about the joy of being involved at the parish level, too. Maybe if you could talk about your experiences as a young adult in the church.
My experience has been interesting. I think the experience of a young adult generally can be sort of nomadic because there are ministries available, like very structured ministries available for younger age groups. And that's not always the case for young adults. But I did a lot of digging, a lot of searching, sometimes partnering with others to create what wasn't available. And I'm really lucky to have found a parish here in Boston that has a big young adult population that's really interested in staying connected and staying together in social activity and in faith. So I was on like a leadership body at this parish, helping to create and plan programming and activity for fellow young adults that just creates a space for people to get to know one another and most especially to pray. I think sometimes it can be intimidating. You really want to be able to pray with people who are going through the same kind of very confusing and dynamic experiences that young adults have. And yeah, you want to do that with people and not always just like in a church by yourself or in your room by yourself. And when we put our heads together and make that space and kind of curate it and make it clear that like you're welcome here and Jesus is here with you, then people feel welcome and willing and able to do that. So that's been something that has been really great for me, is to like do that service and provide that for people.
Perpetua, why do you do it? Why do you find the time to make faith such an important part of your life? And not only that, but then help other young adults find God?
This is an interesting question that at different times I've asked myself, especially if I'm in a period of time where I'm feeling low or down or sad. And I always think of the verse in the Gospels after Jesus has preached to a large crowd, and many of them walk away when they hear that they have to eat and drink the body and blood of Christ. And he turns to Peter and says, like, are you going to go? And Peter says, where would we go? That's always kind of my gut is I don't really have anything to lose. So, and I have seen many examples throughout my life and definitely the lives of people I love that God's real and he's moving and he's doing things even when we're feeling discouraged. Like he's always working. So if I can help other people see what I see, then it makes the time here worth it.
We're running out of time, unfortunately, Perpetua. By the way, I love the name, A Great Saint. Tell me a little bit about Instagram, your presence on Instagram. It's very lively.
Thanks. I enjoy being on Instagram, and I enjoy sharing just like one version of being Catholic, I guess. One thing that I was intimidated by growing up was how seemingly perfect everyone was around me who was Catholic, and it has continued to be a journey of like discovering what goodness lives in me as a child of God who is also imperfect. And so I've been inspired by other Catholic Instagrammers who like show up as their authentic and messy but love-filled selves, take cues from that to share as well, and find a lot of community and support and camaraderie in that.
Where can people find you on Instagram, Perpetua?
You can find me at Princess Perpetua with 2 A's at the end on Instagram.
Well, it has been a thrill. Promise to be back again, okay?
I will, as long as you'll have me.
Okay, and don't go out in the snow right now. There's just way too much of it.
Thanks for the heads up.
Okay, have a great day.